Indigenous land rights have been a contentious and hotly debated issue for decades. On one side of the dispute, there are those who argue that Indigenous peoples have a deep-rooted connection and historical claim to their ancestral lands. These individuals believe that the land is an essential part of their cultural identity and should be recognized as their rightful heritage. They contend that Indigenous communities have a unique understanding of the land and possess valuable knowledge about sustainable resource management, biodiversity, ecological balance. Moreover, they argue that granting Indigenous land rights is a crucial step towards rectifying historical injustices and empowering these marginalized communities. On the other side of the debate, there are those who oppose granting Indigenous land rights. They argue that recognizing exclusive land rights for Indigenous communities can lead to legal complexities, hinder economic development, and impede the efficient use of resources. Skeptics contend that Indigenous land claims may have far-reaching implications, potentially challenging existing property rights and urban planning efforts. Moreover, some critics express concerns that Indigenous land rights could undermine national sovereignty and create divisions within societies. They stress the importance of equal treatment and opportunities for all citizens, regardless of cultural or ethnic background. To understand the complexities surrounding Indigenous land rights, it is essential to examine the historical context. Throughout history, colonization and the expansion of modern nation-states have often resulted in the displacement and marginalization of Indigenous peoples. Indigenous land was frequently seized or undervalued, leading to the loss of traditional territories and sacred sites. This historical injustice has had lasting impacts on Indigenous communities, impeding social and economic progress. Recognizing Indigenous land rights is seen by proponents as a way to address these historical injustices and foster reconciliation and harmony between Indigenous and non-Indigenous populations. The legal aspects of Indigenous land rights vary widely across countries and jurisdictions. In some nations, constitutional or legislative protections exist to recognize and uphold Indigenous land rights. These legal mechanisms provide Indigenous communities with the opportunity to assert their rights and reclaim their ancestral lands. However, the implementation of these rights can be complex and subject to interpretation, leading to ongoing legal battles and uncertainties. In contrast, some countries lack clear legal frameworks for recognizing Indigenous land rights, leaving communities without the necessary legal protections to secure their territorial claims. Beyond the legal sphere, Indigenous land rights also intersect with environmental conservation efforts. Indigenous communities often have a deep understanding of their surrounding ecosystems, nurturing and preserving biodiversity for generations. Their traditional knowledge and practices contribute to sustainable land management and the protection of endangered species. Recognizing Indigenous land rights can facilitate collaboration between Indigenous peoples and governmental or non-governmental organizations to conserve natural resources and combat climate change. On the other hand, some argue that Indigenous land rights could lead to conflicts over land use, resource extraction, and conservation strategies. Balancing these interests requires careful consideration of both environmental preservation and the socio-economic needs of Indigenous communities. In conclusion, the issue of Indigenous land rights is a complex and deeply divisive topic. It encompasses historical injustices, cultural preservation, legal frameworks, and environmental conservation. While proponents argue for the recognition of Indigenous land rights as a means of addressing past wrongs and promoting cultural autonomy, opponents express concern about the potential economic and legal implications. Finding a balanced approach that respects both Indigenous rights and broader societal interests requires open dialogue, empathy, and a commitment to justice, equality,